Alright folks, welcome back to the channel. Today's video, we're going to be doing part 2 of the hunting setup series. We're going to be going through, in today's video, we'll be going through everything I use on the filming side. You know, and obviously, the big camera I use to film the hunts is what I'm using now. But I will end up using one of the GoPros so I can show that setup with the tripod and everything. I have everything out here. I'm gonna go through, you know, and I ain't gonna go through in like details of everything, but I'm just gonna show a little bit about everything I use, how I set it up in the tree, and how I like to use it while I'm in the tree and so on, and what I'm planning on doing, because I got a few new stuff that I've added this year that I'm gonna go through on how I'm gonna work it into my system. But you know, we're gonna go through what I got here, and then I'll use one of the GoPros and show you what I got on the big camera there. But for the big camera, I got quite a few different lenses that I use for it. You know, and this is gonna be the big camera that I use to do all, or the big lens is what I use to do all my zooming. That's gonna be what I use on the stand and when I'm hunting. This one's just a regular 50mm. This is gonna be the best for picture taking, and obviously I got this one for like the talking heads and stuff like that. I got quite a few different kind of mics and stuff like that. I got this one you get around my neck is the Rode video mic, or the wireless mic. I don't know why I said video mic. This is the video mic. This one works good if you're not gonna be trying to get any like far away distance sounds. If you're just mainly gonna be doing up close, this is a good one here. I got a big tripod which is on the camera now. I got this little one here for whatever I need to use it for. This one is something new I added this year. It's from 4th Arrow. It extends out, you know, and just like any other, it's a monopod. But man, I love this thing. When it comes to hunting, I believe I'm probably gonna use this more than my tripod. It's a lot lighter, and you can see it's got a big spike on it. And I can just jug it down in the ground, adjust it up, and set down, you know, and this makes it a lot easier. And I've had a pretty good sized camera on it, you know, and as long as you get a good foundation in the ground, you know, and nothing real soft, you know, and it works really good. I have quite a few different GoPros. You can see here I got the 360 GoPro. I think this one's the 9, the GoPro Hero 9, and this is the 8. You know, and we'll go through a little bit on what I use those for as well. When I'm in the tree, I use the 4th Arrow camera arm. The handle on this head right here is the same. I just take the handle, instead of swapping the heads back and forth, I leave this video head on here, this fluid head on there, and I got one on the tripod. I leave this one in my bag. This setup right here stays in my backpack. But I just, whenever I know I'm going up the tree, I pull that handle off, stick it in my bag, and then I'll put it on there when I get up the tree. But I use, this is the base for the camera arm, you know, and once we get to the tree over there, I'll show you how I set it up or whatever. But what I'm probably, instead of going through the tedious process of setting everything up, I'm probably gonna set everything up and then just show you how I have it set up. You know, and I'll show you I will tell you the process. It's just, I ain't gonna be able to hold the camera and show you. It'd just be easier to show you after I get everything set up. But anyways, for the most part, this is most of the camera gear that I use. I got some other stuff that's like some behind the scenes stuff that you'll never see in here. But these are the main things that I use when I make videos. Let me get one of these GoPros right here turned on, and I'll show you what the big camera. All right. Well, actually my GoPros, both of them's dead, so I'm not gonna use the GoPros. This here is the camera I use, which is the Canon M50. It's nothing spectacular. I have the ASDN mic, which is set up to where when the camera turns on, it turns the mic on. It uses its own battery power, you know, and there's double A's inside of here. But I have it set. You can do it where it turns on when you turn the camera on, or it'll keep its own power and stay on. But see, there's the handle I was talking about. This here is a splitter, which I'm not using it right now. I just got it sitting on the camera. But that's and this is the small lens I was talking about. But then I got, this is there's the what number and everything. That's the model, the Manfrotto model. This here is a small rig battery pack. These are actually Sony batteries. It's the big batteries. I get them things charged up that last a really long time. And then I got a dummy battery in the camera here, you know, so it runs off of this big battery versus the little bitty batteries that come in them things. But that's the big camera there. Like I said, once we get it set up on the tree, we will. And I got the small rig cage on it to help. That way, if it does fall over, it don't mess the camera up. All right, I'm sitting here. I'm only about a half a foot off the ground. I just put the platform so I can stand up and get in my saddle as if I was up here hunting. I ain't even gonna lock my carabiner. But this is the way I like to, I mean, it's not set up perfect, but this is the way I like to set up. I always put, you know, once I put my tethered around the tree, then I put my, they call it the hitch strap. I put the hitch strap around, and then I have a little piece of wire hooked to the back of my base right here for the fourth arrow base, and I put one of these little S-beaners on that base. That way, when I get ready to hang this, I put my bag, hang my bag off, tag in here. I hook that the little S-beaner to the hitch strap and just let it hang. That way I do not have to hold this. And then I can wrap the strap around the tree, tighten it down, and then I pull everything out of my bag and start getting everything set up. But I have mine set up to where, if you can see, I don't know if there's many people, I really don't know how many people, if there's any at all. I like mine to come over the top of my tether. You can see it comes over. Most everybody else you see has got them down here. I don't know why. I guess down here, I don't like having to work down here. I feel like I do less movement with everything up here. And then I feel like if the camera arm is right here, down here in this vicinity, I feel like it's gonna get more in my way. See, here I can shoot up underneath the camera arm, you know, and I can go right up underneath it and shoot. I just feel like it's more out of my way and it's easier because I can turn the screen down on my camera and I can look up. Instead of looking down and having to look up, I'm looking up. I don't know, I just feel like it's less movement on my behalf, you know, and it may not be, you know, and it's each his own, you put it where you want to, but most people put it down here, about knee height or waist height. I just don't like it. To me, it feels I feel like it's in my way right there. So I put it, another thing, see, I can come to this side of the tree with no problem. None at all. You seen in the previous clip how big the mics and everything is on top of these cameras. If you down here, you got all this stuff. You got to try to come in between here to get to this side. Everybody I see uses them down here. I like it up here above my tether. So this is how it's set up. I'm gonna get the camera. I forgot I have a piece that's supposed to be on this bar right here that holds the battery pack for my camera, and I forgot it. So I can't really put the camera on here and show how everything is because of the battery pack is mounted to my tripod. I left my little mounting piece. It's inside, I guess. I don't know where it is. It's not in the box where it's supposed to be at. But anyways, I'm gonna pull the camera over here so I can show you a little bit closer on how I set up the base and everything. This here is what I was talking about. You can see I have the tethers up on the top, and then I got the his strap, and then there's the S-beaner, and there's a little wire. Come on, focus. There you go. There's a little wire holding it up, you know, and then that's how I just loop that on top of it, and I can let go of the base and then strap the ratchet strap around the tree, and then put everything else on there. There's really nothing to it. I mean, yes, I still use the ratchet strap. If you do it nice and easy and slow, you can be really quiet with these things. I like them because I can get it really tight, and I don't have to worry about that moving. That's it for the most part, you know. And this, we do got it set up on the tree. That cage that's on my big camera, I have this little extending piece for 360. I screw this down on top of the camera, and it gives me like a second angle, just in case if something happens with the big camera, or it don't, let's say the animal walks out of the frame, I'm gonna have this for backup. This is mainly what this is gonna be for, backup and a second angle shot. This here's the GoPro 9. I have a clip, which I don't have it out here with me. I forgot half of my stuff apparently. I put this on that clip, and for the most part when I'm walking in and out of the woods, this is the camera I'm gonna use for that. And I'm also going, between these 3 GoPros, I'm gonna have them set up on my boat to where we can do other stuff. And I also have a drone, but I'm not certified to use it on my videos. I can get certified before I start doing that stuff, but that's it for the most part, you know. And if there's anything that you would like to see in more detail on how I use it, like this monopod, for example, you know, and I just jug it down in the ground. I sit down up against a tree, jug it down in the ground in between my legs, and I got the camera sitting right there in front of me. I mean, there's nothing special about it, you know, and it's just, these things work. Put it this, I've wasted a lot of money on odds and ends stuff, and I found what works best for me, you know, and it might not work best for other people, but these are the gear that I found that works best for me. This here is mainly used for pictures, you know, and I can take pictures, get low to the ground, take pictures. Like, let's say I'm gonna go do a scouting video or something like that. I'm gonna carry this versus carrying that big tripod and carrying this. I can carry this right here and get in and out of the woods a lot easier. But like I said, I've weeded out a lot, and I've bought a lot of stuff and sold a lot of stuff. What I have here is what I ultimately ended up settling on. And that's another reason why I've not made a bunch of videos on what gear I use and what stuff, because it's taken me a long time to figure out exactly what I like. And the stuff I'm using now, I've been using for a while, except for I've added like some new GoPros and stuff like that in the mix. But for the most part, I finally figured out what I want to use. And you know, and obviously everybody wants to upgrade and get bigger, nicer cameras and stuff like that. So, but as of now, this is what I got. Another piece of equipment that I use a lot that don't get seen a lot is the iPhone, you know, and I'm using it right now. This is how the camera's set away from me, and I use my phone to start and stop it and stuff like that. I connect it to my camera, you know, and hopefully, look, I do look down at it every once in a while, but you know, and I've had too many times where I thought the camera was going, I thought the audio was running, and not using my phone, do 5 minutes worth of talking, and then come to find out half of your video wasn't even recording. Something happened, whatever. That's why I like to use my phone to connect to it now. You know, and I use it out in the woods too when I do like interviews after I shoot something. That's how I start and stop the video at a distance and get everything framed up. But you just use everything to your advantage. You know, in between the phones, GoPros, and a decent little camera, you can make some good videos. I'm no professional by no means, you know, and I've been doing this. This will be my 4th deer season of videoing, and I still a lot for me to learn, you know, and I still have a hard time getting on deer and shooting and stuff like that, you know, and the mentality's always been to just, when it comes in, get ready, pick your shot, get ready, and you know, and it's just been really hard making the camera first. But you know, I've gotten a lot better at it. My first year was horrible, which my first year, that's my biggest recommendation, is just take it, record what you can, and don't worry about the camera. If the camera gets in your way, or if it's gonna cost you a shot, just push that camera to the side and don't worry about it. Like my first year worth of videos, they sucked. They're cringe-worthy. I don't even like going back watching them, to be quite honest. But you know, and every time I make a video, I try to learn something new on the editing side, learn something new on the filming side, on each video. So that's how I just been progressing from there. But that's gonna do it for this video. Hey, we appreciate y'all watching. Stay tuned for part 3 of this series. We'll catch you on the next video.